Right, turbo manifold. So turbo is going to be somewhere around here. This is actually sat a bit low, I just don't have anything to sat on. It will be more up here. I would like it down here, but it's just a case of getting the oil drain, needs to be above the sump, so it'll drain properly. The original plan was I would like to do 6-branch tubular manifold, all to come out over. If I had 6 branches all swooping round, it would look cool, but I started pricing up just the materials to do a fairly modest manifold. About 850 quid in parts, and that wasn't even including all the fancy billet ones that I wanted. So yeah, not cheap to make a manifold. So my plan is now just to do something cheaper and get it running. So I'm going to keep using stock cast manifolds, which is what I've used before. They work. It's just less work to do. I will the two come off there to 1.5-inch pipe, come up till merge around here into one pipe, and this will come around as a single pipe down to the turbo. The wastegate will probably be around on this bend here. This is 2.25 inch, and that is 1.5-inch pipe. So it looks like a bit of a restriction, but believe it or not, 2 of these is almost exactly the same area as this. Lots of these parts here, some of it I already had, but there's around 150 quid's worth here. Hi, it's Sam from the future. There's actually £293 worth of stainless steel parts here, which still isn't cheap. There's a lot less work, and it'll get it running quicker. So I've cut the old flanges, in proper cheapskate here, cut the old flanges off my old manifold, so just sliced them off. This is what we've got so far. It all fits up quite nicely. You've got to get it to fit perfectly so that you can tack it with one hand. Obviously you can't hold it with a magnet, so you've got to hold it together with one hand and then tack with the other hand, so you're not going to have to use filler. So coil pack would be here. I'm going to relocate that. I had a plan. It might go in the car, but it's going to go somewhere. I don't know what coil packs live and run, but I'm going to have coolant pipes here. Got coolant for the gearbox as well, so coolant here, so the exhaust is going to have to come over here. Tube isn't round on the bend, makes this a bit awkward, but yeah, look at that. So I've got the side, the most important bit, the bit you can see is perfect. You see the opposite bit down here, little gap there, but what I'll do is get this welded on, get it all tacked in good, and then I'll just tap it in with a hammer the other side. So I didn't tack it very well. Look at that hole right at the bit you'll see as well. So sort that out. Right, so got it off and on the bench. Don't know if I'm going to weld this. I don't think so. I think I'll put some of them motorbike spring things on. If it leaks, then I'll weld it, but I want a bit of movement, really. When this gets hot, this is thicker than that, so it'll flex a bit. So this is my back purge setup. So just blocked off with a bit of tin foil. This is argon going in. Argon's heavy. It'll fill this up. The holes at the top push the air out. So I've got argon filling this up, so it will weld the back nice. Argon is a non-reactive gas. We shield the weld on the outside and the inside, so there's no impurities. We don't want any little bits that may be able to break off and go through and wreck our turbo. I'm just letting that purge, and then I'm going to start welding this on. This is that gap I was talking about on the back side. The other side's all welded. Just going to tap that down with a hammer to make it fit a little better. And weld that up. I haven't done stainless for a little while, so I'm a little bit rusty. But I'm pretty happy how that's come out. You can see that's where I had to fix the hole I burnt through on the tack. You probably realised that there isn't a hole. I will be drilling that out afterwards. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, I know I use loads of tin foil, but that's just the way I like to do it. It's all colourful anyway. It's all colourful, which makes people think that it's good. Pretty happy with how that's come out. These jobs take a long time now. I feel like I've busted out a lot of the big jobs where just a small amount of work makes it look like you've done a lot. We'll get that. I've ordered some, got some new wheels coming for the back soon, which I'm excited to put on the car. Not sure whether I want to get all the steering and everything done, all this stuff. Get all the steering, suspension, everything sorted. And the brakes. I've got a few ideas with the brakes. I think I know what I'm going to do. But not sure whether I want to do that or get the engine running. Really it makes sense to get the brakes and suspension done first and then get the engine running afterwards. But I think getting the engine running would be a big milestone and it would make me feel like I've achieved something.